Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm gonna do a little makeup look. I'm literally just about to get ready to go out and just to do a few things, so I thought that I'd film my makeup look. So the first product that I use is the MAC Prep and Prime. This is a skin base visage. I only used 2 pumps and it's just this really nice white formula and it's so silky smooth. It's so good. And I always use this. I normally get quite oily in my nose, on my nose, like my nose area. I think it's like more the T-zone area. For the base, this is actually a new foundation I've just used. Everyone was going on about this foundation, saying how amazing it is, and so this is the NARS. They have quite a few, but I just don't have a lot of knowledge about foundation, so I wanted to try something different. I was using a Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's the Magic Foundation. I just wanted a change. I wanted to try out different things because the thing with me, when I found new products, I like to stick to it. I just don't like changing. And so I thought I would give this one a go, and I've really loved it. I felt like the Charlotte Tilbury one that I was using has more of a reddy undertone, and as you guys can probably see, this is definitely more olivey, and it's just, I think it matches my skin tone a lot better. When I first pumped it out of the bottle onto my hand, I was just thinking, this formula is so runny. I didn't think it was going to be quite full coverage, but when you put it on your face, it kind of mattifies as it dries. I've worn this foundation once or twice, I think it's twice, and I've really liked it. For concealer, this is a new product that I have been using. So it's L'Oreal Paris Infallible, if that's how you say it. And I use it in the corner of my eyes. It's such a big brush, it's so big. I use it to try and cancel out my dark undertones. And I just bring it along my nose just for extra coverage as well. I'm just gonna get the foundation off my lips as well. This is the NARS Creamy Concealer. You probably have heard of it before, and it is in the shade Custard. So this is a lot lighter, so I use this to put under my eyes just to highlight the area, and this is actually the orangey tone, and I have it in Walnut. Just put a little bit on my chin, down my nose, and a little bit on the forehead. Blend it all in. So for powder, I am using the Peachy Derma Blend. I actually bought a yellowy powder as well because this one was just plain white. It was really white, and I wanted something that was closer to my skin tone, so I just bought a really random, I can't remember the brand because I put it all together, so it is a little bit more yellowy. So while I am baking, I just get a little bit of Vaseline to hydrate my lips before I put on any lipstick or anything. Next up, I am going to do the eyebrows, but I'll probably do that off camera because otherwise it would take far too long. Okay guys, so I quickly did brows off of the camera. I'm just gonna wipe this setting powder off. So for my brows, if you guys did want to know, I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I haven't really used any others, to be honest, because I found it, I liked it, so I stuck to it. But I do use shade Dark Brown. This piece has literally crumbled everywhere. Every time I come to the end of my Charlotte Tilbury powder, it cracks and it just goes everywhere. It's the Flawless Finish Airbrush Charlotte Tilbury powder, and it is in the shade medium, and I also have the little brush from her line too, and I just pat it in the areas where I know that I'm going to get a bit oily. I just feel like it gives it a little bit more extra coverage. Those areas where you do normally get oily, wear away first. Gosh, this powder is going everywhere. I'm going to use the Hula Hula, which is pretty much come to the end as well. It's also on the last life, and I just brush a bit on cheeks. I don't like to bring it too much towards my cheek. I like to keep it a little bit further back. And I don't like to use too much, but the problem with having powder, you do pick up quite a lot. I do have a rather large forehead, so I do put a little bit on my forehead too, just a tiny bit to make it appear a little bit smaller. Really hard to do this when my hair's down because I have so many baby hairs, it just goes everywhere. Taking the same big fluffy brush that I used to wipe off my powder from my under eyes, I am going to get the same powder, just dab a little bit in and just give it a swirl in the lid. I'll just put a little bit in the lid, and then I just like to set the foundation in place. Because I do get an especially shiny forehead, I do put a tiny bit more on my forehead too. I think you just kind of get to know your skin and where your oily parts or what kind of skin type you are, and then you just do your makeup to kind of work with that. This is a new product that I have just bought, so it is by MAC. Guys, if you can see, it is such a pretty shimmery color. Look how nice that is. It's so pretty. So I've just got an angled brush. I'm not too sure. I think it was just a random brand. Blush contour brush. And then just push it back. It also has a bit of shine to it as well. So when I do put a bit of highlighter on, I don't use too much because I feel like it's too much shine otherwise. So face is done. I'm going to move on to my eyes now. I haven't really decided if I'm going to go for a brownie look, or I think I'm going to go for a little bit of an orange look. So I love this Morphe palette. I love oranges. Now I'm not going to go for a really orangey eye, so I'm going to get a bit of the orange. This is the colour that I always use, and I'm going to mix it with the more of my skin tone colour. Before I do that, I actually need to set my eye first. So I'm just going to make sure there's no creases there. I'm going to get just a little fluffy brush and put it into my lid and just set the foundation on the eye before I put any eyeshadow on. So I'm just going to get a fluffy brush, dip it into here. I don't like harsh eyeshadow lines, so I brush it outwards, and then I do get my little sponge and clear it up at the end. I like to get right in the eye, kind of do window motions, what is it, sweep motions, and then I'll just bring the eyeshadow just gently down the lid and then bring it outwards, so no harsh lines. So getting the same colors, I'm just gonna get, I can't remember the name of this brush, but it's just a small brush and it has a really small tip on it too, for under my eyes. And then I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with my beauty blender. So now that I do like a little bit of sparkle, not necessarily sparkle, but a bit of shine, I'll just get a really small, I think it's called a pencil brush, a little bit small pencil brush, just getting a setting spray. Just give it one spritz. And I'm gonna dip it in to, this is the MAC, this is the highlighter that I am gonna use, and it's called Soft and Gentle. It's a really nice soft pinky shine, and then I'm gonna put it in to the corner of my eyes, I just feel like it opens up the corner of my eyes a lot more. It kind of just makes it pop. The setting spray just helps it to stay in place for a little bit longer. So using that same highlighter, because I found that my blush was quite highlighted in the first place, I'm only going to use a little bit to highlight, just keeping it more towards the back. And a little bit to highlight under my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use a clear gel. So this is by NYX Control Freak. It's just a clear gel. I feel like my eyebrows are dark enough. And then to set the face, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime. For lips, I need to decide on 2 colours. These are the colours that I have bought. They're only slightly different. So we have the MAC Lip Gloss. The darker one is in Spice and the lighter pinky one is in Lust. Really pretty pinkies, but one is slightly darker than the other. I'm thinking, as it is still daytime, I may go for the lighter pink. I just feel like the darker pink is more evening-y going out. As you can probably tell, this is my favourite pencil and it goes with probably everything that I wear. It's just a nice little light pink lip pencil and it is by MAC and it's called Subculture. I'm going to use the lip gloss in Lust. So it is quite a peachy colour. I would say this is more like a reddy browny colour. What would you guys say it is? I can't really make it out because it looks really pink in the bottle. Like, look, it's very pink. So I hope you guys enjoyed my peachy look video and I will see you guys in my next video.